So we talked a little bit about Twitter, and Trump loves Twitter. Well, last week, Twitter announced that it would be cracking down on so-called hate speech, and now Twitter has suspended the accounts of a number of people associated with the alt-right movement who advocate white nationalism and some who supported President-elect Donald Trump. So among those whose accounts have been suspended is Richard Spencer, who's president and director of the National Policy Institute, which identifies itself as, quote, organization dedicated to the heritage, identity, and future of people of European descent in the United States and around the world. Now, the Twitter account for the Institute and its online magazine, radixjournal.com, were also suspended. So Spencer said in a video he posted on YouTube that, quote, I am alive physically, but digitally speaking, there have been execution squads across the alt-right. It is corporate Stalinism. There is a great purge going on, and they are purging people based on their views. Now, others whose accounts have been suspended include Pax Dixon, founder of the alt-right site, that's a tongue twister there, researcher, and an alt-right internet personality who goes by the fake name Ricky Vaughn, and blogger Paul Town, who identifies himself as, quote, the leading thought leader of alt-right. Why would you describe yourself that way? That's such a hard thing to say. I'm the leading thought leader. That doesn't even make any sense. But that's what he described himself as. So Spencer said he and other alt-right advocates are not using Twitter to troll or harass people, but to comment on news and express their point of view, the way Twitter is used by most users. And of course, we use Twitter here on the show at the Full Story FM. We post a lot of videos on there. And I posted a video yesterday of when I talked about the new DNC chair. So this guy said, I think they are triggered by this narrative that social media helped to elect Trump, and they think they have to do something about it. Well, the fact is that social media did help elect Trump. This is a clear sign that we have power. We're changing the world, and they're not going to put up with it anymore. That's what the Spencer guy said. So Twitter issued a statement saying it suspends accounts for violating its rules. So the Twitter rules prohibit violent threats, harassment, hateful conduct, and multiple account abuse. And they said, we will take action on accounts violating this policy. So the site's rules say abuse includes hateful conduct that promotes violence against, threatens, or attacks people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or disease. It's becoming a lot of things nowadays you have to worry about offending people for, right? That's what their thing says. Now, Trump did have a big following on social media, including Twitter, and this is probably one of the many factors that helped propel him to victory. And I'm sure a lot of these liberal social media companies did not like that. Now, one group of people I really cannot stand, other than liberal media, is racist of any kind. Whether it be the Black Panthers or these so-called alt-right nationalists. I mean, to me, they have no place to say what they say, but their speech is protected by the First Amendment. And hate speech by itself is not banned by the First Amendment as long as you're not actively threatening somebody. Now, if you're actively threatening somebody, if you say I'm going to go shoot you because of your whatever, then that is that's not protected by the First Amendment. But saying whatever you want to say about how you think that your race is better than everybody else, as disgusting as that may be, is protected by the First Amendment. Now, speaking of that, a lot of people are saying that these people, their constitutional rights to free speech is being infringed upon by Twitter by doing this. And I have a little bit of news for you on that. And I hate to interrupt you, and I hate to disappoint you. So Twitter is a private company. So the First Amendment bars the government from infringing on your rights, not private companies. Twitter owns its website, and it can bar whomever it wants. They have the right to do what they want with their website. They own it, and I'm a big believer in that. If it's your website, do with what you please. However, with that being said, I do hope that Twitter is equal with its suspension. If they suspend these alt-right racists for their posts, then they should do the same who mock and ridicule Trump supporters and black racists and racists of all kinds if they're going to do that. I'm a big believer in that. And we got